courage. It takes courage to have self-love. My name is Elaine Hamilton, and it took me 43 years to love myself, to understand who I am, to accept myself, to trust myself, to forgive myself. I've come across so many challenges. I attacked them all gracefully, and I came up on the other side of the mountain, victorious. I stand before you here today. Yes, I am nervous. I want to share a message. The message of how I came on this journey, and I'm here standing today without my mask. Growing up in Brooklyn, I was raised in a home with a father who, under a very strict Caribbean upbringing. And although I loved my father, at this point I was a teenager, and I started developing. And I guess that was too much for my father to handle. Physical abuse, emotional abuse ensued. And all of this, now as an adult, I understand, it was connected through and passed down from our ancestors. All of the pain and hurt that they experienced, he inherited, and it was passed on to me. However, I decided, through my courage, I decided that it was going to stop with me. I went on to go to high school, college, and I met a young man. I felt seen, I felt loved. I thought it was cute when he wanted to know when, where, how, what, and why. However, these were all signs of an abuser. I stepped into what was an abusive relationship for many years. I was pregnant with my first child, my son, who I love dearly, who is now 22, and my daughter, who I also love dearly, who is now 19 years old. And throughout many years of abuse, bruises, lacerations, being kicked, being hit by 4x4s, being thrown down the stairs, and so many other things that I've experienced, right? I ended up running away and seeking shelter, literally in the shelter for over a year. A close friend of mine shared one of her resources, which were a pretty well-known shelter in the city. And I was able to trust her. Because of our trust, I took on her suggestion. I went to a shelter where I lived with my 2 children. I stayed in the shelter within that year once I left the shelter. And life continued. I was always in fear. I still felt lost. I still felt broken. And I didn't understand why. Why did I fail myself? Why did I make the choices that I made? I didn't understand. I was lost. I was a mother, a young mother, young lost mother, raising 2 beautiful children. I was lost. I acted as if I knew it all, which I didn't. No one ever gave me a book that said, hey, this is how you raise your son. This is how you raise your daughter. I had to figure it out. I finally understood, after many years of trying to find myself, after many years of so many challenges, so much adversity, so many people doubting me, so many people putting me down, I was more so somewhat of the scapegoat of the family. I wasn't married. There were times I even wore my mother's ring to act as if I was, because of the shame. I went on to come into the industry that I'm currently in. And I came in with a mask. My name wasn't Elaine. I said my name was Elena. and I did that to hide. I didn't want my past to know about my present and my present to know about my past. And for many years, I continued in this way. There are so many signs when it comes to understanding what an abuser looks like. Abusers come in different forms, different sizes, different shades. They don't all look the same. If there is jealousy, if they're causing you to feel confused, if they're threatening you and stating that they're going to commit suicide if you leave them, if they're manipulating you in different ways, if they're keeping your funds away from you, if they are dangling certain projects in front of you just so you could stay longer, if they are taking your phone away from you, if they're cutting you off of, disconnecting you from your family and friends. There's so many different signs, and I urge you to look into different resources. There's so many resources nowadays out there for you. Find someone that you trust, that you can speak to, just like I did. Find someone that you can trust and you can share your story. I urge you to remove your mask. The makeup I wear today is because I chose to wear this makeup. This is not makeup hiding a bruise. I chose to wear the clothes I'm wearing today. These are no longer clothes hiding my bruises during the summer. This is me without my mask, urging you to find someone you trust, pay attention to the signs, and understand that what you are going through, there's so many other people going through the same, and you are not the only one. You are not alone. Call 911, call 311, and know these tears right here are tears of joy, because I am no longer there. Courage set me free. I'm Elaine Hamilton, and if I can remove my mask, so can you.